Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow! 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 Ow!
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Reverend, the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle.
Good morning, brother. Oh, shit, sorry, I fucked up there. I hit the wrong button on my finger. Well, actually, not on my finger, with my finger. Sorry about that. Because I wasn't looking. I was doing it by touch because I wanted to look at the camera and be professional and at the same time get rid of the audio, the second audio that you're not supposed to hear. And I fucked up. Sorry about that. But this is all about forgiveness, right? So good morning, brothers and sisters. Today is September 1st, the Sunday before Labor Day, episode 43 of the Church of Last Resort. That's right. Yes, indeed. Good morning. And of course, when I say good morning, that includes everybody, all my brothers and sisters out there everywhere, no matter where you are, no matter where you are, if this is the first time you've seen us or the last time you're going to watch us. It doesn't matter. I wish you all the best of blessings, peace and blessings to every single body. Lord have mercy. That's right. Because no matter where you are, no matter where you want to be, there you are. You're right here with me. That's right. Lord have mercy. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the doctor, the good Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. People have called me the racy reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile, vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the booby brother, the not to be confused with the doobie brothers. They're slightly different. See, the doobie brother does this. A booby brother does this. See, a booby brother, they're motorboating mostly. That's their hobby. So, yes, the Ass Man Abbott, they call me the Frisky Friar. Did I mention that they call me the Dirty Deacon Doggy Style? If I haven't, I'm saying it now. And if I did, I'll say it again because it's so good. Do it twice. That's right. And they also call me that nasty N-word. You know what that nasty N-word is. That's right. You know what it is. It's the same word that Donald Trump thinks every time he sees Kamala Harris's face. That's right. Indian, right? Is that the N-word? Indian? Well, I don't know. The point is that I come by many names and by many methods, but I don't come easy. Lord have mercy, I do not. A lot of effort, a lot of work goes into that. Yes, indeed. But let us begin, as we always begin, in the name of George Collin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! Yes, indeed. We should start with our opening prayers. And, but you know what I did? I did something a little bit stupid. What, you gonna say, what? You did something stupid? That's right. I did something stupid. I don't even know how stupid it is until I find out what it is. But basically, here it is. There's a disclaimer for the prayers, okay? All the prayers have disclaimers, okay? And it's time for our opening prayers. And if you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, please send your request for a prayer or healing or forgiveness or any such nonsense and bullshit. Sorry, any such request. That's what I meant to say. I don't know who put the words bullshit and nonsense in there. It clearly should say request to me at the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle at gmail.com. Okay, that's Dr. Dr. Rev, R-E-V, Jelly, Jelly, and Rolle, R-O-L-L-E. Okay, and please remember to spell roll with an E, because if you do not, that other Jelly Rolle, that imposter, who's like 1/3 my age and 12 times my wealth, will get your email, and he is not going to give you a prayer or a blessing. He's just going to give you a hard time. because he is not, I repeat, he is not a member of our church and does not give a shit about you and your faith. Okay, unlike me, I don't give a shit about you or your faith, but I'm a reverend. I'm allowed to not give a shit. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Why go to school for all those years and earning that collar, which I've earned a collar. I've earned this collar, all of them, that whole box full. I've earned them. 4.5 years of school. You fucking right. That's right. So at any rate, now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. So please bow your heads unless you are driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes like this. Like that. Don't make that face unless you're near the end of the driving. That's your I'm at my destination face. See, at least that's I'm at my destination face. Your face may vary, okay? You may have different features. You may have dentures, and if you do this, you're gonna make a little clicking sound, and then your others will open their eyes and say, "What's that sound?" Or you could be performing, let's say, the oral sex, and the teeth just come right on out, and they get like lost up in there, and then you gotta like finger around looking for your dentures, because they fell out your mouth and into the hooch. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, "Okay, hey baby, one more day. You gotta go like that, dude." So that could happen. Never happens to me. You see these veneers, they ain't coming out. At least not doing that. All right. So if that's the case, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. All right. So just let Jesus do the driving while we pray. Okay. Dear Lord, please receive the spirit of our sister, Gina Rollins. Yes, indeed. She used to sit in the front row right over there until she passed. Right over there. She used to sit right there. Now we have an empty chair and an empty spot in the collection plate where she used to donate. But that spot can be filled by you. Don't let me stop you. And do not let that spot remain empty, because nature abhors a vacuum. Or is that nature's a whore with a vacuum? Nature abhors, that's right. Nature hates a vacuum. So let's fill that vacuum. Let's fill that void with money that Gina has left in that spot. She didn't leave the money. If she left the money, we'd probably be all right. We wouldn't be asking you for more money. She only tithed. And I'm going to be honest, I think the few pennies that she put in the collection plate, I think she's lying about how much money she's making, okay? Because you're going to learn that Gina Rollins did like lots of movies, okay? Lots of movies. Now, most of them, okay, are independent films that she did with her director husband, John Cassavetes, okay? Now, those are most of her films with John Cassavetes. Now, here's the deal, and this is what I don't understand. I think she did like 9 films with him. I don't know, maybe 10. She did a lot of films with him. How come he didn't get in trouble for sleeping with the actresses, okay? Weinstein got in trouble, all right? And he was sleeping with them because they have a son who's a director, all right? Nick Cassavetes, all right? He's a director also. So not only was he fucking her, he got her pregnant and didn't have the decency to pay for her abortion. She had to forcibly carry that kid. I think that's a damn sin. It's a damn shame. But why didn't John get in trouble for that? Why? I don't know. But Harvey Weinstein got in trouble for fucking actresses, but John Cassavetes didn't. I'm just saying there may be a double standard in Hollywood. That's all I'm saying. It could very well be a double standard. All right. Now her son, she was in his movie. The one that she was in with him was called The Notebook, and that movie was about a woman who thought she was a notebook. Yeah, and she went to a Botox doctor to get her lines removed. That's it. Yeah, she was 94. She was 94, and she passed from Alzheimer's disease, but she didn't know she had Alzheimer's. She forgot. She didn't remember. Now, like I said, she made 10 films across 4 decades with her husband, including films like Minnie and Moscovich, and that was in 1971, Opening Night in 1977, and Love Streams in 1984. Now, of course, if they remade that in 2024, Love Streams will be a feature on Pornhub. And matter of fact, it may be a niche film, one of those films where it's a special category onto itself. Love Streams, that's right. And matter of fact, there's probably a parody somewhere out there done by the same people who parodied the Ghostbusters when they're crossing the love streams. So I'm just saying that was 1984. Not to be confused with the movie 1984, which had nothing to do with love streams. Okay, she was nominated for 2 Oscars, one for A Woman Under the Influence, about a woman who was under the influence, and she played the wife. No, she played a wife. Yeah, she played a wife and a mother cracking under the burden of domestic harmony because she liked to cook grits. Okay, and then she got another Oscar nomination in 1980 for Gloria, about a woman who helps a young boy escape the band U2, led by a sinister evil genius by the name of Bono. That's what the movie Gloria was about. As a matter of fact, the soundtrack, the title track, was sung by U2 also, Gloria. You can Google that if you like. Now, Gina Rollins once said, quote, "You know what's wonderful about being an actress? You don't just live one life, you live many lives." Well, Sister Gina, I hope you enjoy your role in your next life. Rest in peace. Can I get a real life? That's R-E-E-L. Yeah, that's R-E-E-L. See, can I get a real life? See, because she was an actress. Real life. See, good God, I'm so fucking clever. Lord, receive the spirit of our brother Sid Udy. That's right. He was a 6-time world champion professional wrestler, and he was in the USWA, the WWF, which is now the WWE. He was in the WCW and the WTF. I think that's a wrestling organization, WTF, or maybe that stands for white tight fannies. I don't know. At any rate, Sid Udy died at the age of 63 after years-long battle with cancer. Okay, he wrestled under the ring names of Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, Psycho Sid. Okay, and that was all in the WCW, WWF, which is now the WWE. He also wrestled with the idea of playing softball in the 1990s because he was very good at softball, and he was going to play softball under the name of Situation. Get Situation? Situation? Never mind. You fucking idiots, you don't understand a good jump when you hear one. Lord have mercy. Rest in peace, Sid. There is no kicking out of this 3 count. Can I get a tap out? Lord have mercy. And Lord, receive the spirit of our brother Justin Riley. He was better known as the Beat King. As a matter of fact, most people didn't even know his name was Justin Riley. I didn't know his name was Justin Riley till he died. And I think that's a shame. I think that if you have a popular name like he had, Beat King, he was a Houston rapper and a music producer, and he was known for his club music and also went by the name of Club Godzilla. See, that's the problem when you have too many nicknames, because nobody's going to keep track, because somebody's going to say, I heard Beat King died, and they're not going to realize that Club Godzilla also died. And then they're going to find out that Justin Riley died. And then they're going to be like, they're going to be like grieving all the fucking time. See, that's the problem when you got somebody with too many names. All right. Like, what's his name? That guy, Puff Diddy Daddy. Diddy Daddy Doody? I don't know. Did he? I don't know. Probably did. But that guy, Sean Combs, he's got like 22 identities, which lets you know, first of all, he's running from the police. But that also means that every time he dies, he's got to bury another name. I think that's sad. That's sad. because people can't stop grieving. When you to end your grief, you have to come to a conclusion and say, I buried that. That is behind me. Now I can move on. But if you got somebody, first you got to bury Justin Riley, and you got to mourn that. Then you got to bury Beat King, and you got to mourn that. And then you find out Club Godzilla died, and got to mourn that. And the thing is, they all died at the age of 39, and they all died of a pulmonary aneurysm. That's right. All of them. It's not like Justin Riley died of an undisclosed disease, which is killing a lot of people. And then Beat King died of a lung disease, which is killing a lot of people. And then Club Godzilla died of pulmonary aneurysm. No, they all died of the same thing. At any rate, I'm just trying to help you grieve, but do it in a civilized manner and concurrent, like sentences at a prison, concurrent. All right. Beat King's 2020 song, Then Leave, which is what he just did, was a viral hit on TikTok and Houston airwaves. Now, I've never seen it on TikTok. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what the song sounds like. Then Leave? All right, well, he just left. And probably for the last time. So his last album, his most recent one, was just released last month. It's called Never Leave Houston on a Sunday. Okay, don't know why, have no idea. But if you want to check out his album and find out why you should never leave Houston on a Sunday, maybe it's a booking issue, maybe it's just overcrowded, maybe you can't leave Houston on a Sunday. I don't know. At any rate, the album was released last month, and now you know. So rest in peace, Beat King. You've just been released from your earthly contract. Can I get a beat? And Lord, please receive the spirit of our brother, Colonel Alexei Mez. They called him Moonfish. He was a pilot. He died of unnatural causes. His plane crashed. He was trying to save lives. Not trying, he did. He saved many lives in Ukraine because the Ukrainians were under attack by Russia. And Russia, I should say, was under attack. They're still under attack. But that particular attack was like 100 missiles and drones just being, the entire barrage just flying into Ukraine. And he shot down 3 missiles and a drone and was on his way to look for either another missile or another drone. He was on his way to his next target, not the store, because that had already been bombed by the Russians months earlier. So he wasn't going to bomb that target. He was going to bomb another drone or a missile. Okay. And he died in that crash. Now, the thing is, that crash is the first reported loss of an F-16 in Ukraine, of the handful of F-16s that arrived in Ukraine at the end of last month. At least 6 of the warplanes are believed to have been delivered. And now somebody, okay, I got that out of the news. Somebody needs to check, someone needs a lesson in metaphors and in math, because see, this is a handful, and you see a hand is 5. Yet they said they were delivered at least 6, which means it could be 7. You can see that's more than a handful. All right, so there's somebody. Never mind. I'm just saying. All right, the Defense Ministry has opened an investigation into crash and into math. All right, so Lord have mercy. Can I get some? And that's SUM. See, some like in math. See, fuck it. You know, you people are really getting on my last nerve because you're not following along with me. You're not catching up or keeping up. No, you're not. And that's getting on. It's unnerving. It's unnerving. Okay. I don't have time to keep breaking down all this great material for you. You got to follow it. Just follow along. Lord have mercy. And I apologize. I didn't see any of that stuff because, Welcome, Brother Ian. I didn't see you in the back of the church. I apologize. I was so busy focusing on the prayers for our dearly departed. So, welcome, Brother Ian, sitting in the back of the church. Lord have mercy. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff of Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they chose to be here. They could be on the reservation today, buying weed at a discount price. Okay, maybe one day they'll be one of our sponsors. I'd be happy to sponsor them. I'll reach out to them. Maybe I have a friend who is also a Pushpatuk, and maybe they can talk to the other Pushpatuks and they'll be a sponsor. And we can sell Pushpatuk products right here and we can change it. I'll even change the name of the show from Church of Last Resort to the Church of Pushpatuk. I'll change the name of the show. I mean, I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. I have to change all my files because all my files on my computer are under the Church of Last Resort. But I'll change to the Church of Pushpatuk if it means I'm getting a sponsor. Sure. Hell yes. I love that. I'm going to reach out to my Pushpatuk friends and see if I can handle that. Get that done. So finally, Lord, please bless the entire scene. They're doing it. They're doing it. They're getting it done. All right, because they could be anywhere in the world today, but chose to be here. That ought to count for something. Lord have mercy. Mind Dog TV, the place to go to get all of your Church of the Last Resort gear, and maybe your Church of Pushpatuk gear. All right. So let's where is it? Let's do this. I say let's do this. Let's, this is we're gonna have a bump for the Lord, right? Bump for the Lord. I think I let that sit too long. I was supposed to strain it. I think it just got a mouthful of mold, of fungus. Fungus. I hope it's a psilocybin, one of those funky mushrooms. Yeah, that's But if the Pushpatuk becomes sponsor, I won't be doing bumps for the Lord. I'll take a hit for the Lord. Take a hit for the Lord. Bam! Lord have mercy. So let us, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Yeah, fuck. Can I get a yeah? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I thought my mic was broke because when I dropped the mic, that's what was supposed to happen. Yeah. Sounds like it needs a battery. That's probably it. Even though it's electric, it's a plug-in. Actually, that's a plug-in model. I'm not bringing out my good battery models because they cost some money. Lord have mercy. Now, tomorrow is the Labor Day. But before, and we want to talk about the Labor Day. But before we do that, I want to promote my show that's coming up in October. So if our behind the scenes people will hit that button, like right over there. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, this is the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle. Come see Blessings and Blasphemy 3, an interactive comedy experience on Saturday, October 5th at the Church of Satire Comedy Club at 106 Broadway in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Tickets are $10 online at www.churchofsatirecomedyclub.com and $15 at the door. I'll bring the blessings and the blasphemy, you BYOB. That's Blessings and Blasphemy 3, an interactive comedy experience on Saturday, October 5th at the Church of Satire Comedy Club at 106 Broadway in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Remember, games are consensual and non-binding unless you request it. All other Church of Satire rules apply. And no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. See you there. I'm back. Despite some people's best efforts to boo me and get me off the stage. First of all, this is not a stage. This is an altar of the Lord. And if you know anything about the Church of Last Resort, we have altered some of the rules of church. That's right. That's why it's called an altar, because things have changed. Now, and in keeping with, I want to promote this show one more time for anybody out there. Now, this show, okay, for those of you who have never been to Blessings and Blasphemy show, and this is Blessings and Blasphemy 3, 1 and 2 were both hilarious, and I know that there's a good chance that you watching may not have been there, because I know how many people have shown up at the shows, and that left a lot of room for a lot of other people to show up. So, but they're hilarious shows. But I want to give you an idea. Now, last week I showed you the game cock and balls, right? Cock, ring, and balls. I showed you that game last week. This week, I'm going to show you the first game that we always play in church. It's the first game. We always play this game first, all right? It's called Hung Man, all right? Now, Hung Man is a lot like, I need this. I do need this for this. I do need this, all right? All right. Hung Man is like the traditional game Hangman, except that
his hands were soft and supple. His hands were
soft and supple. But in Hung Man, here's the deal: you're trying to somebody in the audience grabs we have a bucket of words. Now all the words are 5 letters. Okay, that's the first thing. That's the first rule. All of the words are 5 letters because we want the game to go quickly. All right, and so at first somebody says, I have a sin to confess. They confess. They say, I want to have, and I bring them up on stage and I say, confess your sin. And they may say something like, dear Lord, my sin is I was not really a Puspatuk, but I wanted to be Puspatuk. So I pretended to be Puspatuk and now I'm Puspatuk. That could be their sin. Okay. I'm just saying, not that I know anybody who did that. I have no idea. It's just, this is a hypothetical sin. And then they give that sin, and I say, do you want to be forgiven? And if they say yes, then they have to play one of the games. And this is always the first game because it's kind of simple and it kind of breaks the ice. Okay. Again, the game is called Hung Man. All right. Hung Man. All right. So somebody from the audience grabs a clue. I mean, they pick randomly grab a word out of the bucket, and they don't tell us what it is. They read the clue. And let's say the clue is something used in sex. All right. Yeah, it could be the clue. All right. And so then the person starts to guess. All right. Now they know it's 5 letters. Whatever the answer is, it's going to be 5 letters because I told them that. And so they may say C. All right. And we'll go and we'll grab. All right, here we go. This is a C right here. These letters are supposed to be removable. Let's find out. Now, last week I ripped it. See that spot there? There was an M there. I ripped it out by accident. I tore that motherfucker right in half. I have other M's. I just didn't put it back on here. So let's say they said C, but there is no C. So the C goes up here. So you see the used letters, right? C. All right. And because they were wrong, left testicle. All right. Left testicle right there. Now you get an idea why it's called Hung Man. All right. And so they go, oh, well, okay. Well, let's say R, because they think the word is cream. That they think that's the thing that's used in the sex. And they go, okay, well, we're going to go R. Let's see. And we get the R and say, nope, no R, right? See? And then they get, oh, Lord, I got another one wrong. That's the right testicle. All right, right testicle. Okay. Now, every time they get it wrong and they get 5 guesses, they get another piece of the penis right here. All right. And then the final guess is right there for the head. That's Hung Man right there. All right. It's a game. That's the first game we played because it's simple and it breaks the ice. And that way, and also the person doesn't even have to get on stage to play that one. They can confess their sin from the chair. Because some people are a little bit nervous about getting up on stage. And so that's why we have that game. Because that game, to break the ice, you can stay right there in the chair and play that. Well, we have you stand up so we know who we're talking to. But that's the first game we play. It's called Hung Man. All right. And but we have a good time with it. We have a good time with that game. All right. So that's another of the games that we play during Blessings and a Blasphemy. And already showed you cock, ring, and balls. I'm not going to show it again. If you want to see cock, ring, and balls, then you need to watch last week's episode 42 from August 25th. All right. Then you can see cock and balls because I'm not breaking out another game. I'm showing y'all one game a week up until October 5th, I think it is. the October 8th. No, let me see. October, shit, September 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, October 5th. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to show y'all another game. I'm going to show you a game on September 8th, September 15th, September 22nd, and September 29th. You say, wait a minute, how many games you got? I got plenty of games. That's just it. We have dozens, well, not quite dozens. I don't know. It could be dozens. I don't know. We have lots of games that we play with the people in the audience. All right. So come on out and have some fun with us and spend some money. Buy some tickets. Come on out. There you go. Lord have mercy. Now, I'm going to move on to our sermon for today. All right. Now, our sermon is basically about Labor Day. Okay. Labor Day. Now, the first observed Labor Day was September 5th, 1882. That's right. September 5th, 1882. And many of you are saying, wait a second. Weren't women having babies long before September 5th, 1882? Why did it take so long for us to honor all those people going into labor to have babies? And because, first of all, women have always been disrespected. I mean, they've been having babies since before Adam and Eve, because there was the other guy in Lilith. I don't know what the other guy was. I don't know his name. But you have to you have to go back to your Genesis to understand that. Okay, I'm not going to break down that again because I did that back in episode 2 or 3 or 4 or 1, 2, 3 or 4. I don't know. You have to go back in the archives. All right. I'm not doing your homework for you. And you can't do your homework in class. Well, you can because I can't see you. You might be doing your homework in class. But if you're doing your homework in class, you're going to miss the homework that's going on right now. All right. So that was the first Labor Day, September 5th, 1882. It was in New York. All right. And again, they were celebrating women having babies. Now, why didn't they celebrate the pregnancy? Well, there's a reason for that, because they couldn't pick a name for the holiday. When a woman is pregnant, sometimes they say she's with child. Sometimes they say she's got a bun in the oven. Sometimes she says, oops, it doesn't know. Sometimes they say, Pete on a stick, and the stick tricked me. You know, there's so many euphemisms for when a woman is with child, they couldn't just pick a name. All right. But when a woman goes into labor, that's pretty much universal. It's like, okay, we have a consensus. She's going into labor. All right. Nobody says she's squeezing one out. Okay, not to their face. You know, when they say, I'm just say going into labor. So that's why they celebrate that as opposed to the pregnancy, because there's basically a consensus on what to call that. But when a woman is with child, a bun in the oven, made a mistake, is in a certain way, there's too many euphemisms. And so it's kind of like Martin Luther King Day. There's just too many different names that people, call that before they decided on just MLK and Martin Luther, because there were other names that he was called as well that weren't as popular. Well, they were popular, but just not in every circle. But anyway, so that's why they celebrated Labor Day, not the birthing, not the pregnancy. And don't even get me started on the conception day. That's, people don't celebrate that because, first of all, not every conception is consensual. All right. So let's just get that straight. Sometimes, many times, but most of the times it is, and I like to think that every time it is, but it isn't, but sometimes the women, when they go to conceive, when they're actually having the sex with the partner and they get pregnant, they are inebriated. I think that's the word. They're drunk. Now, I myself have never had sex for the first time with a drunken woman. Part of it was the way I was raised. I was raised that if a woman is not able to consent, then legally, then you don't touch it. That's it. But I'm old school. I'm old school like that. And I have breeding. Okay, and I couldn't fight. Woman kicked my ass if I tried to take it. So never mind. See, here's the deal. So, but that's not why. That's not the real reason why I've never had sex with a woman who'd been drinking for the very first time. All right, it's chemistry. All right. Now, some of you don't know this. I was raised by a woman who had a drinking problem. All right. And when she drank, she got violent. All right. So when I smell alcohol on a woman's breath, I immediately think of my mother, and I have flashbacks to the beatings I used to get. And as a result, my penis becomes inert. All right. Like, as I said in chemistry, inert, limp. It won't perform. You get the picture? You shouldn't get the picture. I'm not proud of that picture. But when I smell alcohol on a woman's breath, my penis gets inert. All right. And because my penis is inert, I become noble. I look noble. Okay. Just like in chemistry. Okay. In chemistry, you have an inert gas, and those gases that do not easily participate in chemical reactions. Okay. They don't easily participate in chemical reactions, but noble elements, noble, like a noble gas, all noble gases are inert, but not all inert gases are noble. And that's where the noble thing comes in. That's where the nobility comes in. It's because my penis is inert, it makes me noble. And I'm like, hey, I'm not touching you. I'm not doing it. And I look noble when actually I'm inert. And that's the chemistry thing. And that is your chemistry lesson for today. All right. If you need to know more about the difference between inert and noble, please consult your Chemistry 101 textbook. And
I'm your teacher, and I find you attractive.
Yes, and I find you attractive as well. Yes, indeed. But it makes me inert. It does. It makes me inert to think about you like that. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. I remember. Nope, I don't remember. I'm going to think about it. I know it's something to do with Labor Day and women having babies. Right. So when we celebrate Labor Day, we are celebrating all of the babies that were born. Okay. All of the babies. And it doesn't matter to whom they were born. Labor Day is not a holiday about a class. Okay. You can be a rich child being born or a poor child being born. The thing is, you were born, and we're going to honor you. All right. That's it. That's the last time you get a universal honoring, because after that, when you start growing up, maybe birthdays, people get, but after that, it depends on how you turn out. Okay. If you turn out to be a nasty little son of a bitch, we cannot take back the fact that we honored that you were born, but we can decide not to celebrate your life once you turn out to be a mean, nasty son of a bitch. All right. That's a choice. That's a choice we all make. And so you fuck up if you want to. We gave you the first celebration for free. That's a gimme. That's a participation trophy. You get that. But after that, no, you have to earn it. All right, we're not celebrating. That's why we do not celebrate bad people. Not one bad person has a holiday. You just don't. You don't see that. It's not done. We only celebrate good people, and that's why it's important to be good if you want a holiday. All right? Bad people don't get holidays. Can't name one. Go ahead. See? Nope, they were a good person. Nope, I heard the rumors. They were a good person. Sorry. Now, give me 1 second. I need to take a drink because my throat is a little bit dry. Just a second. Now, some of you are astute and you're saying, wait a second. That's not your water bottle. That's GD's water bottle. That's true. My water bottle is blue, but I forgot to fill it. And I happened to look in the refrigerator and I saw that GD has his water bottle filled. And I just said he won't even notice it was gone. But I can taste the spit in there. I can tell he's been drinking out of that thing because that spit, I can taste the spit. I don't want his spit in my mouth. That's nasty.
Christ, did a cow shit in here?
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it tastes like. That's exactly what it tastes like. Cow shit. And I don't even want to think about how it got to taste like that. Don't want to think about it. So what were we talking about? Labor Day? Right. Labor Day and babies. Anybody remember what I was saying? Was anybody taking notes? Because I don't have any notes on this. If somebody was taking notes, please let me know what the last thing was that I said. Excuse me! Oh, I was waiting for someone to say the corpse still has the floor.
If you don't mind, the corpse still has the floor.
That's right. And I guess I'm the corpse on the floor because I'm dying up here. I'm dying, I'm telling you, I'm dying up here. So the corpse does have the floor. Lord have mercy. So that's the whole idea behind Labor Day. All right. We do not celebrate the lives of bad people and evil people. We just celebrate the good people. But when you're born, everybody is the same. All right. We're all born sinners, but we're born innocent. We're born innocent sinners. Okay, that whole bullshit. Okay, that's boy. I guess when they say sinners, they mean imperfect. You know, like you missed the mark. And we all born imperfect. You know, that's except for me. Yeah, I was the only child I can think of that was born perfect. But then again, what do you expect? You know, so because we were born imperfect, they say we're born in sin. Blah 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 blah. Good book, blah blah blah. All right here. See, right here. I looked in a good book about us being born in sin, and the good book says blah 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 blah. Thank you, good book. So, born in sin. That's not part of it. I forgot. I lost my place again. See, okay. Let me stop bullshitting you. I didn't lose my place. I don't have a place to lose. I didn't have a chance to write my sermon. I was binge watching. All right, here's the truth. Here's the truth. But my wife said, wait a second. We accidentally signed up for the free Prime on Amazon because I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't. And she goes, and we have like 5 days left. And she goes, so if we want to watch anything, we have like 5 days to do it. And I'm like, what? Shit. Well, I always wanted to watch The Boys. I've heard good things about it. And there's 4 seasons, but you can only watch the 3 seasons under the free Amazon thing. And so that's 24 hours of The Boys I was trying to catch up on in a matter of days. All right. And I just finished the last episode of season 3 early this morning. I said I ain't get a chance to write my fucking sermon because I was watching The Boys. That's what happened. I didn't get a chance. And I told my wife, I said, I'll get up early and I'll write my sermon. She goes, can you do that? I said, yes, I can. And I did. I got up early. I went to bed around 2 watching The Boys. And my alarm went off and I got up at 6 so I could write the sermon. And I got up at 6 and I came in the room and I turned on my computer and I said, I could use like 90 minutes more sleep. I'll get up at 7:30. I can write it at 7:30. And I went back to bed. But I didn't set the alarm for 7:30 because I set it for 6. And I didn't reset it for 7:30. And at 7:30 came, guess where I was? I was still asleep. Yeah. So I didn't get up till like 8. And I said, shit. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, shit. Which reminds me, I didn't get to do that this morning because I had priorities. I had to set all this up, see? Oh, man. At any rate, so thank you for your patience. And that was my confession. And I'm going to play a game, see if I can get forgiven. Nah, fuck it. I'm forgiven. Right? No lightning. I must be forgiven. There we go. So that's all I got for Labor Day. It's got to do with the babies that were being born. And so that's it. Now, what I'm going to do, though, while I think of something else to say, I'm going to have our Puspatuk engineer play the other commercial for you.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
summer and fall.
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
Thank you, lady with the curly hair. Thank you. So please go to minddogtv.com/booking for your opportunity to be booked on the show. It's funny that I'm gonna talk about something real quick. The other night I was exhausted. I finally just got to sleep, and a friend of mine in Vegas, actually Vegas, no, they live in California. At any rate, and I don't know what you'll find out why I'm saying friend later, because I'm gonna say a friend of mine. We used to work together at another show, and so I get this text on my phone, and literally my eyes are just closed because I'd watched 6 episodes of The Boys, and my eyes are just like, and my phone goes off, and I thought I'd done something wrong, like maybe I didn't close the thing out and it started the next video. I don't know. But but I look at and it says, "Hey fam, I got a gig in Lakeside. Can you Venmo me some money for Uber?" And I looked at that and I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay, that's right. What the fuck is what I said. Now, the reason why I say what the fuck is, first of all, if you're a comedian, or not just a comedian, you could be a musician. If you're in the entertainment business and you take a gig, don't you want to make sure that you have a way to get to the gig before you take the gig? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you are a comedian or entertainer and you get to all of your gigs via the bus, I don't know how that would work. If you're a musician, you take your guitar and your amplifier and your microphones, your PA system on the bus. You're going to take a gig, or at least I would like to think you're going to take a gig that's on that bus route, all right? So if someone says, "I have a job for you," and you look at the bus route and you go, that's a half block off the bus route. I can carry myself a half a block. You take the gig. But you look at the bus route and you go that's going to put me 2 miles from the gig. And I can't walk 2 miles with my guitar and my amp and my microphones. I can't do it. Don't take the gig. All right. Now, the other option is you take the gig if you're going to take the gig, but maybe, I don't know, if you're a headliner, I don't know. You maybe get a friend and say, "Look, I'll give you some time. If you're singing, it's like, we can do a duet or something, or you can play with the band or something, but give me a ride." Okay. Or just maybe they'll give you a ride out of the goodness of their heart. All right. They're musicians, right? Or comedians. They're in entertainment. How good can their hearts be? The thing is, you don't take a gig unless you know how to get there. All right. That would be like if you're going to another. I would not go to New York, okay, and trying to find gigs and did not have any transportation and I have to pay for everything and then run out of money. I wouldn't do that. Okay, when I gig, I take my car. I don't gig someplace where I don't have my true. I mean, I've driven as far south as Florida to gig, and that's I think it's like a 20-hour drive, 20 or 21-hour drive. One shot. That's it. And then I sleep. Next day, do the gig, and then maybe another gig, and then drive back, whatever. Or I drive out to Iowa, 14 hours, drive to Iowa. Okay, that's Now, the only job I did, but I did not drive. We flew, and you know about that. We talked about it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We flew out to Seattle, and we did a gig, on a cruise ship and Alaska. Okay, but it didn't take my car. But okay, here's the deal. Once I got out on a cruise ship, I didn't need transportation because I was already on the transportation. And in Alaska, the cruise ship took me to the dock, okay? And the venue, the club, it was bar, was like within walking distance of the dock, all right? I didn't go to Alaska and say, shit, I can't get to that bar and call somebody and say, hey, GD, can you Venmo me some money? Because I got a thing at this bar and I need somebody to send me some money so I can perform. No, you got a gig. You make sure you can get there. What the fuck are they sending me the thing at 11:30 my time? So it's like 8:30 their time. What time is the fucking gig? All right. And they want to ask me to vend. Okay, like I said, I've worked with them on the show, but they've never demonstrated any ability to pay me cash back. They're the type of person that would pay me back. That's why I never lent the money in the first place. And that's the other thing. I do not lend any people money. I don't lend money. If I cannot afford to just give it to you straight up, right, and not expect it back, then I'm not giving it to you. Because I'm not going to have my relationships ruined because somebody doesn't give me back money that I need. All right. So that's so if you, I don't know who you are yet, but you, if you say, Reverend, I need $100. My mom's in the hospital and I need to give a Uber to go see her, and I want to buy her flowers. And I look at my account and I go, well, I can't afford to give you 100. And you said, no, I'm asking this a loan. I said, no. I'm not lending you money because then I'm going to want it back. But I can give you 25. But I'm not lending you 100. Because I'm not going to be harassing your ass to get my money back. So I'll give you 25. Because I don't want to harass your ass. Because you do not know how mean of a nasty bastard I can be, except for when I have to harass your ass about something. Because I hate harassing people. So now I'm doing something I don't like. And now I'm doing two things I don't like. I don't like harassing people, and I don't like people owing me money. That's 2 things I don't like right there. So that's why no. You want me to send him Venmo him some money for a gig? Why the fuck did he take the gig if he didn't have the money or the way to get there? What kind of professional is that? And I didn't send the money. I didn't. I texted him back. I said, it's late. We can talk in the morning. Okay. That was my way of saying, I ain't sending you any money tonight, but I'll tell you why in the morning. I ain't talking. No. And I was tired. And that's the other thing. When I'm tired, I'm evil. Okay. Even if I'm tired for a good reason, I could be tired because I was up all night having great sex. But once I get tired, I get evil. All right. Right after the great sex, I'm no longer happy. I'm evil. And so don't text me that time of night because I'm evil. I'm not going to give you a good explanation as to why I'm not sending you the deadbeat ass fucking money at 11:30 at night, my time, 8:30 your time. But I'm not sleeping your time. I'm sleeping my time. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So I didn't. And then I got busy and I forgot to call them. I did. I forgot to call them. And I got another text from them saying that they want to be on the show. And I'm like, no, because the last time I booked them to do this show, I know it's 9 o'clock here, 6 o'clock there. They were a no-show. All right? Not doing it. No. You ain't getting a second chance to stand me up. You stand me up once, that's it. That's it. No, not doing it. So I wasn't mean, but I said, no, I'm not booking you. No, you can't be on the show. No, ain't doing it. Now, will that cost me the friendship? Don't know, don't care. Don't know, don't care. That's my philosophy in life. Don't know, don't care. Okay? I think that's African from my Nigerian roots. Don't know, don't care. That's right. I think that's how it actually said in Nigeria, where 54% of my people are from. don't care. 27% of my people from England, Ireland, some place in Europe with white people. I forgot. I know it's European, but I don't know what they call it. Don't know, don't care. Didn't check it out. So here's the thing. I will give you money. I will not lend you money. And that is what I say to everybody. Do not lend money to people you care about. All right. Don't do it. Okay. If you cannot afford to give them the money without harassing them to get it back, then don't do it. Do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to lose a possible good relationship over a bad business sense. All right. Don't lose good relationships over bad business sense. Don't lend them money. If you can't afford to give it to them, don't give it to them. Don't lend it to them. All right. That's my advice for the day about giving people money. And I say that because most of us work for our money. All right. Most of us, labored for our money, getting back to Labor Day. I know, although it's not the classical usage of the word labor, but most of us labored for our money. All right. And so we should not just part with it so easily. Don't be a fool. Like the saying says, a fool and their money shouldn't be together in the first fucking place. That's right. I think that's how that saying goes. Or parted or something. The thing is, we work hard for our money and we should respect it. Respect your money, respect your value, respect your work, respect your craft. All right. If you have a job where you're actually getting paid to do it well. All right. Don't take a job that you expect to get paid for and then try to borrow money so you can get to the job so you can get paid for it. All right. Because I don't know how much they get paid for the gig. All right. I don't have no idea. But let's say I send them $25, or the last Uber ride I took was $40. All right. And the last Uber I took before that was $105 without tip. Okay. So I've only taken 2 Uber rides in my entire life. One for $40, one for $104, $105, something like that without tip. Okay. That's it. I don't know what the real cost or the average cost of Uber rides are. But in my mind, I'm thinking he needs at least $50. All right. I don't know what his gig pays. All right. But if let's say his gig pays, I don't know, he's a comedian. So let's say $200. I'm going to say $250. All right. Right there, the $250, he's got to give me back. He's got to give me back $50 right there. All right. And that's if he gives it back to me. I don't even know how much of that money he's already committed. Let's say he took the gig for $250, but he actually owes somebody else $300 already. He's going to take that $250 and maybe give it to someone else. And he's already in a hole for $50. Now he's in a hole for $100 because he owes me $50. I'm never going to see that money again. Now I work hard for my money. You think it's easy being a reverend and getting paid to be a reverend? It is not. Lord, I work fucking hard for this. Yes, indeed. So I'm not lending you my money. Not doing it. And that's what I'm going to tell you about Labor Day. If you work for your money, do not lend it to people you care about. If you work for your money, if you can't afford to give it, then don't lend it. Plain and simple. Don't fuck up a relationship over something that you have control over, especially if it's a good relationship. Good relationships are hard to come by. Really hard. So as we come up close to the end of this, we have about a minute left. So as I close, I want to thank all those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle, and to his Facebook fan page, the Dr. Rev Jelly Rolle. Thank you. And for those of you who have not subscribed, please do like the little banner says, or would say if there was a banner. There's no banner. But if it was a banner, it would say subscribe. Do that. All right. So on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Rolle family and all the people behind the scenes, the entire Rolle family, my wife Mona Rolle, my kids Cinnamon Rolle, and my son Jelly Jr. Rolle, our cat Tootsie Rolle, and our dog Stop Dropping Rolle, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on My Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. Now, I promise, well, I shouldn't promise, but let's put it this way. I have seen all of the boys that I can watch. I cannot watch season 4 without buying a subscription, and I'm not buying a subscription. So no more binge watching. I will not be up all night binge watching, and forget to write my sermon. Or not forgot, just didn't leave time to do it. So please join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time, Mondog TV, and everywhere that our word is heard. And in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah!